Ireland, the land of green fields, friendly people, and dangerous cities. That's right, folks. Ireland may be included in the Global Peace Index of the 15 safest countries in the world, but don't be fooled into thinking every nook and cranny of the Emerald Isle is all rainbows and unicorns. Come to Ireland for the charming villages, but don't stay longer, where there is rampant crime. But fear not, we've done the research for you. After considering number of crimes reported, crime rate per capita, nature of crime, and even public and expert opinions, we've compiled a list of the 10 most dangerous cities in Ireland. And hey, if you think we missed anything, feel free to share in the comments. Letterkenny, the pride of County Donegal. With a population of around 19,000, it's the perfect spot for anyone looking for a quiet and peaceful getaway. That is, if you don't mind dodging a few punches and public order offenses along the way. While the Cathedral of St. Eunan and Street Columba is a must-see attraction for visitors to Letterkenny, it's important to be aware of the rising crime rates in the town. Yes, unfortunately, Letterkenny has been experiencing a worrying level of assaults and related crimes lately. And let's not forget about the lack of resources to tackle the rising crime in town. I mean, who needs police officers when you can just rely on the kindness of strangers to stop criminals in their tracks? Letterkenny Garda Station recorded 1,300 plus crimes during 2021, the highest number in the county. But don't you worry, folks. As of 2022, there's been a 30% increase in total crime, so you're sure to get your fill of adrenaline-pumping action on your next visit. Tullamore, where the whiskey flows and the crime rate grows. With attractions like Charleville Castle and the Tullamore Du Heritage Centre, it's no wonder the town draws in tourists from far and wide. But if you're not careful, you might find yourself the victim of one of the 300 thefts or 250 attempted murders, assaults, harassments, or related offenses that occur here each year. Looks like the local thieves are on a spree in Tullamore, and they're not stopping anytime soon. And if you're planning to go for a stroll or jog on the canal trail, beware. A heinous murder took place there recently, and while the perpetrator has been caught, it's still a favorite spot for other potential murderers. So if you don't want to end up in a true crime documentary, maybe stick to the indoor attractions and leave the outdoor areas to the thrill seekers. Portlaoise, a transport hub, a drug hub, and a hub for criminal activity. With 2,100 offenses reported, it's not exactly the safest place to be. And who needs safety when you can have a large quantity of cocaine, cannabis, and LSD, valued at €187,000? Sounds like a party. But be careful, burglars are also having a field day in Portlaoise, with burglary rates doubling in just a year. So, if you're thinking of moving here, make sure to pack your security system, your pepper spray, and maybe a few extra locks. You never know when the crime gangs will come knocking. Well, it seems like Portlaoise is quite the happening place. With a population of just about 22,000 people, it's impressive that the city has managed to rack up a whopping 660 thefts, 260 threats to murder, assaults, harassments, 210 drug-related offenses, and 380 public order offenses. Athlone, the picturesque town, located on the River Shannon. With its stunning landmarks like Athlone Castle and St. Peter and Paul's Church, it's a true gem of County Westmeath. But be warned, folks, it's not all sunshine and rainbows in Athlone. In fact, crime rates have been skyrocketing in the past year. Burglary incidents have gone up by a whopping 61%, so lock up your doors and windows tight. Property crime is also on the rise, with a 21% increase in and around the town. And if you plan for some shopping, keep an eye on your bags, because thefts from shops have increased by 18%. And don't think your car is safe either, as thefts from vehicles have gone up by 9%. It seems that Athlone is quickly becoming the newest hotspot for drug dealers. But hey, at least the Gardaí were able to seize €223,000 worth of cannabis, pot and cocaine, and put a dent in their illegal empire. Better luck next time, drug lords. Drogheda, where the history is rich and the crime is richer. If you're looking for a town with a bit of a dangerous edge, look no further. St. Lawrence's Gate, the fortified gateway, and Dominican Friary aren't the only things that'll leave you breathless. Drogheda may be one of the oldest towns in Ireland, but it's not immune to crime and gang problems. In Drogheda, you'll find all sorts of exciting activities, like robbery, extortion, hijacking, and burglary. And don't forget about the violence. Shootings, arson attacks, and assaults are all on the menu. It's a real treat for the senses. The Drogheda feud is like a never-ending soap opera, except it's not just drama, it's actual violence, resulting in the deaths of several people. It's like the Hatfields and McCoys, but with more arson and less moonshine. So, if you're thinking of moving to Drogheda, make sure you're packing heat and have a solid insurance policy. And if you're already a resident, remember to always be looking over your shoulder. You never know when someone might be out for blood. Unfortunately, Drogheda feud won't end until few more people are killed. These guys are intent on wiping each other out and are not afraid to pick up a gun, despite knowing they could meet a Garda patrol. Even if it ends, new gangs will sprout up like weeds, eager to fill the power vacuum left behind. Galway, the city of the tribes, known for its Spanish arch and stunning natural beauty, is the fifth largest city in Ireland. But don't be fooled by the serene exterior, because behind the pretty facade, there's a whole lot of crime going on. It's a great place to visit if you're into burglary, assault, shoplifting, and knife crimes. For burglaries in 1 week, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Galway is now the 7th most burglarized city in the country. It seems like the cost of living crisis and the pressures that people are under may be playing a role. It's like the thieves are on a mission to make sure everyone is robbed at least once in their lifetime. Assault-related crimes have spiked by 16%, and don't even get me started on the shoplifting. It's like few people are treating the shops like a free-for-all, grabbing whatever they can get their hands on, without even bothering to pay. And the knife crime. It's practically an epidemic. The Gardaí have received almost 400 reports of knife crimes in the Galway division since 2016. It's enough to make you want to stay at home and lock yourself in, especially since attempts to murder, assaults, harassments-related offenses have increased by 10% in 2022 alone. Galway is becoming more and more like Dublin, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Cork, the city that never sleeps, is the second largest city in the Republic of Ireland, with a population over 200,000. It's not just the stunning architecture of St. Finbarr's Cathedral that'll take your breath away, but also the high homicide rate in the city. Despite its rebellious history, which probably explains why the city never seems to catch a break, Cork has unfortunately become known for its high homicide rate and violent crimes in recent years. Sophie Toscan du Plantier, and Karen Buckley weren't just names, but also some of the most high-profile homicides in the city's history. Wait, it's not yet stopped. Cork has continued to see a sharp rise in violent crimes, including rape and serious assaults, making Cork a not-so-popular destination for solo travelers. To add to the mix, Cork has also become a hotspot for hate crimes and related incidents, with 40 out of 448 recorded incidents of Ireland in 2021 taking place in the city. But hey, don't let the crime stats deter you from visiting Cork. Fear not, according to the Garda chief, Cork is safe and in a good place at the moment, which is clearly why it's the city that never sleeps. Waterford, the oldest city in Ireland, founded by none other than the notorious Vikings. Now, I'm not saying they set a bad example, but let's just say that the city has had its fair share of issues. We've got Reginald's Tower and Bishop's Palace, two must-visit historical landmarks that will take you back in time. But that's not all. Waterford also holds the record for the most assaults, weapon crimes, and explosives offences in all of Ireland. Assault-related crimes have risen by a whopping 16% in Waterford, making it the second highest increase after Wexford. Congrats, Waterford. Keep up the good work. Lately, at least 432 attempts to murder and assaults, 422 drug offenses, 131 burglary, 1097 thefts, 27 robbery, extortion and hijacking, 3 kidnapping, 68 weapons and explosives offenses were reported in Waterford town alone. But wait, there's still more. Waterford and Monaghan are Ireland's top black spots for violent crime, mainly for rape or murder. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Waterford has also noted 50% rise in thefts, 38% upsurge in weapons-related crime, 22% climb in robbery, and 20% growth in burglary. Looks like Waterford is really putting the crime in crime rate. So, there you have it, folks. The good, the bad, and the really, really bad about Waterford. Come for the sights, stay to be part of the crime statistics, because where else can you experience the excitement of living on the edge? Limerick, the third largest city in Ireland, is located on the River Shannon. Home to some notable landmarks like King John's Castle and St. Mary's Cathedral. But that's not all Limerick has to offer. In fact, Limerick has been the killer capital of Ireland since 2012. That's right, more murder cases involving defendants from Limerick than anywhere else in the whole country. It's worth noting that there may be cultural attitudes or systemic barriers that prevent victims from reporting rape, which could lead to a lower number of rape trials in certain areas. This could potentially explain why Limerick and Wexford are the only counties where more people have stood trial for murder than for rape. But all joking aside, the people of Limerick cannot continue to allow a situation where the cases of rape and murder continue to rise. And to top it all off, there's been a huge jump in sexual assaults in Limerick, which, let's be honest, is really concerning for the people of Limerick. That's the long and short of it, lads and lasses. Limerick, the city with the up, the downs, and the downright disastrous. Dublin, the grand capital of Ireland, is a city that's full of crack and character. It's home to some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet, and with its lively pubs and thriving art scene, there's never a dull moment. Of course, you can't leave Dublin without checking out the iconic Trinity College, Dublin Castle, and Guinness Storehouse. They're a bit of a must-see. But let's face it, Dublin isn't all fun and entertainment. The city has a bit of a reputation for being the crime capital of Ireland, with more offences per capita than anywhere else in the country. Robberies, thefts, and drug crimes are all too common, and it's not uncommon for crimes to go unsolved. Even worse, Dublin sees more homicides than London. Nonetheless, Dublin is significantly safer than Belfast and Glasgow. If that wasn't bad enough, Dublin also has a serious road rage problem. And while most Irish drunks are harmless, there's always a few that takes things too far and end up in a brawl, which can sometimes lead to even more trouble. Dublin's criminal activity is no joke. It's no secret that the city struggles with high rates of burglaries and break-ins, and the number of reported high-profile assaults is alarming. But hey, Dublin's cost of living may be sky-high, but with a bit of luck and hard work, few might just snag a good job. Unfortunately, not everyone is so lucky, and poverty and unemployment can lead to crime. Plus, there's the little matter of cocaine use, which is a big problem in Dublin. Maybe it's time to take a leaf out of Kofi Annan's book and start treating drug use as a public health issue rather than a criminal one. And that's the story, me fellow Hibernians. Dublin, the good, the bad, and the downright dodgy. Thanks for visiting our channel. We invest considerable effort and dedication in researching, producing, and presenting content that we believe you'll love. Kindly consider subscribing to our channel to receive early access to our newest videos and updates, and to support us in creating even more exceptional content for you.